At the start of the movie, we see the main character, Veronica Clark, nervously taking a pregnancy test in the school bathroom, hoping for good news. Just then, the door swings open, and another girl enters. Veronica drops the test, and the girl picks it up, trying to calm Veronica. However, when she hears Veronica's voice, she quickly realizes the situation and laughs. This girl, Bailey, asks Veronica who the father is. Veronica, clearly upset, says it was just a fling with Kevin. She then rushes back to check the test, which turns out to be positive. Heather walks into the bathroom, talking about yearbooks, while Bailey discreetly pockets the test and leaves. Later, Veronica confronts Bailey, who claims she threw the test away in a trash can by the gym. Veronica is upset, saying it was reckless to discard it at school. Bailey tries to comfort her by mentioning that her own sister got pregnant as a teenager. Veronica, still angry, reminds Bailey they're not friends anymore, and this situation doesn't change that. After school, Veronica heads home and secretly searches online for clinics where she can get an abortion. Pretending to be working on a school presentation, she asks one of the clinics if it's possible to have the procedure done without parental consent, as she's still under 18. She learns that it's illegal in Missouri and a few other states, but discovers it's allowed in Albuquerque. She begins planning the long 14-hour trip to get the procedure done. Veronica gathers the money she saved, packs her essentials, and lies to her mother, telling her she'll be staying at her friend Emily's house for the weekend. When she arrives at her friend's place, Veronica learns that the recycling group found her pregnancy test. The girls speculate about who it could belong to, thinking it might be Patricia. Meanwhile, Veronica leaves a message for Kevin, asking to meet up. Upon hearing the news, Kevin gets down on one knee and proposes, saying he's ready to take a break from school and raise the baby together. Veronica is surprised by how prepared Kevin seems. He admits that he realized about a month ago that their protection wasn't reliable, so he's been expecting this. Veronica asks him to hold off on the proposal until Monday. Later, realizing she doesn't have enough money for the trip, Veronica feels desperate and decides to turn to Bailey for help. Bailey agrees to the road trip after seeing Veronica's printed map. Veronica promises they'll be back by Sunday night, and no one will ever find out. But right from the start, the two girls clash. Veronica prefers a well-organized plan, while Bailey, more carefree, wants to make unplanned stops along the way. Veronica hopes their money will be enough and considers pawning the ring Kevin gave her. During the trip, Veronica reveals that a guy has been asking her out for a while and even spent the night under her window. Bailey jokes that while it may seem romantic in movies, in real life, it's more like stalking. The two arrive at a small pawn shop, but when the shopkeeper finds out how young Veronica is, he refuses to take the ring. At that moment, Kevin suddenly shows up at the shop with roses in hand. He confesses that he's been following Veronica and begs her to reconsider keeping the baby. As Kevin tries to take the ring, the pawn shop owner pulls a gun on him. In the end, Veronica manages to pawn the ring for $300. During their next stop, Bailey goes overboard shopping at a gas station, buying things like a jacket and other items that exceed their budget. She also grabs a cocktail of raspberries and cherries, which she and Veronica used to love when they were kids. As they cross the state border, they playfully reenact a funny combination of movements they created in the past. Later, they stop for a break, but Veronica insists they only have 4 hours to sleep. That night, Veronica has a dream about her childhood, remembering how she and Bailey used to be inseparable, doing fun activities to escape her parents' constant arguments. When she wakes up, she's horrified to see a cross above her and realizes they've overslept by 4 hours. Furious, Veronica yells that they should already be in Texas, urging Bailey to hurry up. As they continue their journey, the girls begin to bond again, drinking their childhood cocktail, eating peanut butter, and enjoying the changing scenery. When they finally enter Texas, they go through their movements once more. Bailey hums along to a song, but suddenly, she notices a police car behind them. Nervous, she turns off the radio and exits the main road, saying they should stop at a diner. While inside, a group of guys tries to hit on Veronica, but Bailey brushes them off. Bailey then asks Veronica how much money they have left for the trip. Veronica admits that she saved enough for the procedure, but didn't schedule the appointment, as she kept hanging up every time she tried to call. Bailey becomes quiet as she spots the police nearby. Veronica is confused and asks why they're hanging around. Bailey whispers that she took her mother's boyfriend's car without asking for permission. Veronica is shocked. Bailey defends herself, saying she didn't think it counted as theft since she knew the car's owner. Veronica insists that just because she knows the owner doesn't mean she's off the hook. The situation becomes tense as the cops enter the diner. Veronica asks what they should do. A guy, who had approached earlier, saves the day by singing a patriotic song, distracting the cops and giving the girls a chance to escape through the kitchen. However, Bailey is upset with herself for once again getting her friend into trouble. Veronica, feeling vulnerable, asks Bailey not to leave her, sharing a memory about the evil ballerina toy she loved as a child. As they talk, the guys from the diner approach and offer to give the girls a ride to the fair, where they might find someone who can help them. Veronica, sitting in the back of the truck, relaxes and enjoys the lively atmosphere. In the evening, they arrive at the racetrack, where they meet a driver named Matthews, who's supposed to take them to Albuquerque. However, Matthews turns out to be a girl named Kira, who leaves Bailey speechless when she sees her. Veronica notices this reaction, but says nothing. Kira agrees to give them a ride to the bus station, since it's on her way. While waiting at the amusement park that evening, Bailey secretly signs Veronica up for an 8 a.m. appointment at the clinic. Veronica cautiously asks if Bailey likes Kira, and Bailey admits that she does, revealing she's attracted to girls. Later, the two friends go on a ride together. Veronica checks the bus schedule and realizes that the next bus won't arrive in Albuquerque until 9 a.m., which is too late for her appointment. Just then, a married couple offers them a ride to Albuquerque, as they're heading there too. When Kira arrives to pick them up for the bus, she learns that they've decided to go with the couple instead. She invites Bailey to say goodbye in the laughing room. Inside, Kira flirts with Bailey, and they share a kiss, which leaves Bailey happy, but embarrassed. Afterward, Bailey can't hide her excitement as she smiles in the car, but she lies to Veronica, telling her that they're going to Albuquerque to visit her father. Veronica grows suspicious when they turn off the main highway, but the driver assures them it's a shortcut. The next morning, the girls wake up to find themselves alone in the car. Veronica assumes they're almost there and heads inside the house of the couple who gave them a ride. They offer her breakfast, but Bailey soon realizes that they've ended up in the home of anti-abortion activists. Sensing something's wrong, Veronica grabs the car keys and the girls try to escape. The head of the family chases them in a large bus, urging Veronica to reconsider her decision and keep the baby. Bailey, frustrated, yells that they should have gone with Kira and missed the appointment instead. In desperation, the girls decide to jump out of the car near a cliff. Veronica agrees, and they manage to escape on foot. As they wander through a field, they spot a bus and attempt to jump on it, but the plan fails. Veronica becomes angry, lamenting that instead of just getting the procedure done at a local hospital, she has to travel across the country and deal with all these terrifying situations. Bailey points out a nearby bus station, but it turns out to be abandoned. Eventually, Veronica notices a limo rental shop and approaches a suspicious man named Mitch. After hearing their story, Mitch agrees to drive them to Albuquerque for a fee. During the limo ride, the girls enjoy each other's company, and Veronica charges her phone to call her friends. Her friends mistakenly think they've solved the mystery of the pregnancy test and assume that Bailey is the one who's pregnant. To avoid suspicion, Veronica goes along with the lie, explaining that Bailey's reputation for sleeping around is why no one is friends with her. Pretending to be asleep, Bailey overhears this and later asks Mitch to pull over. She angrily confronts Veronica, accusing her of being a hypocrite just to maintain her image as the perfect girl. Veronica tries to explain and asks Bailey to come back, saying she needs her support, but Bailey is hurt, believing that Veronica doesn't even care about herself. Bailey leaves, and Veronica continues the journey alone. Later, while making a stop at a gas station, Veronica learns that Bailey has already made it to Albuquerque, having bought the same childhood drink they both love. Veronica decides to skip her clinic appointment and finds Bailey, who's trying to reconcile with her father. The situation escalates when the man asks Bailey to leave. Veronica steps in, arguing with him, and even tasers him, allowing them to escape. Veronica then admits that the only available appointment left at the clinic is for 1 p.m., meaning they won't make it back home in time. Bailey forgives her for lying and for past mistakes. At the clinic, Veronica runs into Kevin. He threatens to tell everyone about the abortion, but Veronica doesn't care anymore. After the procedure, she and Bailey have lunch together, and they discuss how to get back home, now without any money. In the end, their mothers help them out by sending money for a bus ticket. Veronica's mother says she doesn't fully understand her daughter's decision, but still reassures her that she loves her. The next day at school, Veronica comes clean to her friends, admitting that the pregnancy test was hers. Afterward, she heads to Bailey's table, ready to rekindle their friendship. This marks the end of the movie. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment with your thoughts on the movie, and subscribe for more content. See you in the next video.